This is the sixth program in the series Finding, Organizing and Using Medical Information, created by the Network of African Medical Librarians and Deans with support from the U.S. National Library of Medicine, Bethesda, Maryland.
Hello, my name is Abdaan. I am a medical librarian at the University of Bamako in Mali. I would like to discuss with you in this session about the evaluation of information. By evaluation of information, I mean the process of establishing the quality of information before using it. But before we go into details, let me tell you two stories. One is about Usman, the other one is about Zainab. Usman is a student, a medical student, who was asked to write a paper. So he went on the internet, found information, and used that information to write his paper. His paper was rejected. The objections of the teacher was that some of the documents he cited did not have author. Some documents was not dated, and some information reported was not true. Zainab was ill. She went to see a doctor who prescribed her medicines. She started taking them, but one day she discovered on the internet that the medicines she's taking are not good. So she stopped taking her medication and went back to see the doctor. But the doctor convinced her that the information she found on the internet was false, was not true. The problem is that both Usman and Zainab did not take the time to evaluate the information. Let's recognize that internet is today a major source of information we all use. Students use it, doctors use it, patients use it. So why should we evaluate the information we found on the internet? As a student, we'll be asked to write scientific paper, scientific documents. And if we want our document to be of good quality, we should base our writing on good quality documents. So we should be able to identify them. As a doctor, you will have to decide about the health and life of people. If you base your information on false information, your decision may have deadly consequences. And as a doctor also, you will face patients like Zainab who will come to you with information they found on the internet. You should be able to detect if that information is true or false. You should also be able to advise them the right place to seek for good information. So when we talk about the evaluation of information, what do we mean? It's a process of analyzing and criticizing the information in order to establish its quality. After the analysis and the critics, one should rank the document, see if it is good or less good, and then decide the credit to give to that information, the degree of trust you would give to that document. There are many and different tools and guidelines on how to evaluate information. The most popular is called HON Code, published by the Health on the Net Foundation. It consists of 8 principles that the publisher of medical information on the net should follow. The ones who follow these 8 principles got a logo they can display on their site. Be it HON Code or OVEN guidelines, what do they tell us? They tell us what are the criteria a good information should have, such as the authority, the accuracy, the validity, the date, etc. They also tell us what are the main questions one should ask itself when he wants to evaluate information found on the internet. They also tell us where are the best places you could look in the document to find answer to these questions. No matter how they call these criteria, they can be grouped in different categories. There are questions and criteria which are related to the user. Some are related to the content. Some are related to the process or the production and the validation of the information. Here are a few questions one can ask itself when he is dealing with documents he found on the internet. When he wants to evaluate the information he found on the internet, who produced the document? Who produced the information? For what purpose? Was it a commercial company who want to make profits? Was it a governmental organization or a medical association? Who is the target audience? Is it the medical professionals or the patients? Or is it intended for education? What are the sources they use to report the fact they are telling? How objective these facts are reported? Is the document clearly written? Can the reader differentiate what is opinion, what is fact? Does the author reflect all the point of view possible about education? How old is the document? Is it an old document? Is it an up-to-date document? And can I trust that information? So where to look? What are the elements in a document which can help us find the answer to these questions? It depends on the kind of material dealing with. For books, in the library catalogs, you can find information about who is the author, what is the title, who produced the document. But in the book itself, you can find answer to some question. The cover page, the title page can provide information about the author, about the publisher, about the publication date. The introduction usually tells us how the document was created, what was the intention of the producer, who is the target audience. The table of content, for example, will provide information about the content of the document, how the document is organized. For a website, the URL, the top of the page, or the bottom of the page are the elements we can use to find answer to this question. The URL can tell us or suggest what type of organization produced the documents. Is it a commercial, a governmental, or a non-for-profit organization? Usually on the top of on the page is a banner which displays the name of the organization which is responsible for the website. At the bottom of the page usually are links to a About page. In the About page, you will find information about the organization, about the information creation, evaluation, and validation process. You will find information about what are the intention and the orientation of the organization. Also at the bottom of the page sometimes is given the date of creation and the date of last modification of the documents. To summarize, Internet is a widely used source of information by all of us. But on the Internet, the information, not all the information on the Internet is true. Some is true and of good quality, some is less true of less good quality. So it is important to evaluate everything we found on the Internet. We evaluate by asking questions. Once we found the question, when we ask the question, we can look at some part of the documents to find the answer. And once we have the answer, we should summarize and make our own opinion about the documents, and then decide how good is the document, will we use it, will we trust it. And if we decide to use it, remember to record it, to save it somewhere. To find more information about how to organize and manage your information, look at the video about the management of information. That is all what I wanted to discuss with you about the evaluation of information. It's very brief, but if you want to find more about the quality issue and how to evaluate information, visit your library where you find librarians who will be happy to help you. Thank you.
Please see all the 7 training programs in our YouTube series.